My brothers and sisters, there are moments in life when the heart feels unbearably heavy. When you lie awake at night, staring at the ceiling, and your mind replays every pain, every disappointment, every silent struggle that no one around you seems to understand. You smile during the day, but deep down you're breaking. You carry wounds that words can't describe, and sometimes you wonder if anyone truly sees what's happening inside you. But let me remind you, Allah knows. Allah sees every tear that escapes your eye, every tremor in your voice, every heartbeat that carries pain. He knows it all. Nothing slips past His divine knowledge. Sometimes we cry in places where no one else is watching. We hold our breath to muffle the sound of our tears because we don't want to appear weak. But even in that silence, Allah is closer to you than anyone could ever be. He is closer than your thoughts, closer than your pain. You may not have the words to express what's breaking you, but Allah understands the language of your tears. You may think your prayers are too broken, too inconsistent, too weak, but even when you cannot speak, your tears make dua on your behalf. They rise to the heavens when you can't lift your hands, and Allah responds to them in ways you cannot yet see. Sometimes you ask, why me? You wonder why you're the one who had to go through this. Why did that relationship end? Why did that dream collapse? Why did that loss hit you so hard? And you question where Allah is in all of this. But my dear brothers and sisters, Allah was with you all along. He was the one catching every tear before it fell. He was the one protecting you from what you couldn't handle, the one teaching you lessons that ease could never teach. You see, sometimes the pain that made you cry was the same pain that woke up your soul. It made you fall to your knees, and that sujud, that one sincere moment before your Lord, was worth more than a lifetime of comfort. Every tear you've ever shed for His sake is precious to Him. In the eyes of people, tears are weakness, but in the sight of Allah, tears shed in sincerity are a sign of strength and faith. The Prophet told us that the eyes that cry out of fear and love for Allah will never be touched by the fire. So when you weep, don't see it as despair, see it as purification. Those tears are washing away your sins, softening your heart, and bringing you closer to the one who created it. And remember this: no tear goes unnoticed, and no pain goes unrewarded. Sometimes you won't see the wisdom now. You'll be crying over something that feels unbearable, and years later, you'll look back and realize that it was through that pain that Allah guided you, elevated you, and protected you from something far worse. You might not understand His plan, but you can always trust His mercy. You can always believe that when the world turns away, He is still listening. So, the next time your heart feels heavy and your eyes begin to fill, don't stop yourself. Don't hold it in out of fear or pride. Let your tears fall in sujud, for there is no safer place for them to fall than before the one who knows why they came. Speak to Allah, even if all you can do is cry. Because every tear that drops in His remembrance, every sigh of patience, every silent plea it is heard, it is valued, and it is written by the angels as a moment of faith. And the Lord who knows every tear will turn each one into a reason for your peace, both in this world and in the next. My dear brothers and sisters, so often when life hurts, when the heart feels crushed under the weight of loss or disappointment, our first thought is, why is this happening to me? We look at others who seem happy, carefree, untouched by pain, and we wonder why our path feels so difficult. But what if I told you that the pain you feel is not a punishment? What if it's actually preparation? What if Allah, in His infinite mercy, is shaping you through the very hardship you wish to escape? Because sometimes the road to strength passes through the valley of struggle, and the heart must be broken before it truly awakens. You see, every hardship you face carries a hidden wisdom. When Allah takes something away, He is not depriving you, He is redirecting you. When He closes a door, it's not rejection, it's protection. There are moments in life when you think you've lost everything, but in reality, Allah has removed what would have harmed you to make space for something far better. And that better may not come immediately, but it will come when your heart is ready to receive it. The pain you feel right now is not wasted, it's building you, refining you, preparing you for the next stage of your journey. Think about the prophets. Every one of them faced trials that would have crushed ordinary people. Yusuf was betrayed by his brothers, sold into slavery, and imprisoned for years, yet each hardship was a step toward his destiny. Musa fled from his home, faced rejection, and carried the weight of leadership, yet those experiences trained him for his mission. Even our beloved prophet faced the death of loved ones, the mockery of his people, and the loneliness of rejection, yet through it all, Allah was molding him to become the most perfect example of patience and faith. Their pain was not punishment. It was preparation for greatness, and the same is true for you. When you lose someone you love, when your dreams fall apart, when your prayers seem unanswered, understand that Allah is not abandoning you. He is teaching you reliance. He is teaching you that no one can fill your heart the way He can. You see, ease never teaches what pain does. When life is comfortable, we forget. But when hardship strikes, suddenly the heart remembers. It calls out to its Creator with sincerity, with humility. It begins to see that true peace was never in the world, but in the connection with the one who made it. Sometimes Allah allows pain to remove arrogance. Sometimes He allows loss to break attachments that have taken His place in your heart. And sometimes He allows disappointment to remind you that your ultimate hope should never rest in people or plans, but in Him alone. Every tear, every setback, every delay, it's all part of a divine process designed to polish your soul and draw you closer to your Lord. So don't rush the process. Don't question the wisdom of the one who loves you more than you love yourself. And I know it's not easy. It hurts to lose. It hurts to be patient. It hurts to wait. But patience is not passive. Patience means you keep moving forward even when it hurts. You keep trusting even when you don't understand. You keep believing that if Allah brought you to it, He will bring you through it. The pain you feel today will one day become the reason for your strength, your compassion, your faith. And on that day, you'll look back and say, it was hard, but it was worth it. Because in the end, every pain that led you back to Allah was never a loss. It was love in disguise. My brothers and sisters, many times we say, I'm tired. Tired of trying, tired of failing, tired of waiting. But let's be honest for a moment, are we truly tired, or have we simply lost discipline? Because tiredness is physical, but lack of discipline is spiritual. We live in a world where distraction is constant and excuses come easily. We tell ourselves we need rest, but what we really need is focus. We say we want change, but we're not consistent in pursuing it. The truth is, most of us aren't tired from doing too much, we're tired from doing too little that truly matters. Allah has given each of us the same hours in a day. The difference between those who achieve and those who only wish lies not in opportunity, but in consistency. Some people wake up before dawn, push through their laziness, and commit to their purpose, while others stay stuck in comfort, waiting for motivation to appear. But discipline doesn't come from feeling inspired. It comes from doing what is right even when you don't feel like it. It's in those quiet, unseen moments when no one is watching, when you choose effort over ease, that your character is built. We pray to Allah for success, for strength, for guidance, yet sometimes we fail to move our feet in the direction of that dua. We can't ask for barakah in our time if we waste it. We can't ask for results without putting in effort. Discipline is a form of worship because it reflects sincerity. When you control your desires, when you restrain your laziness, when you push yourself to keep going, that's a sign of faith. Allah loves those who strive, who try again and again, even when it's hard. He never asked us to be perfect, but He did ask us to be persistent. Look at how the Prophet lived disciplined, balanced, and purposeful. He managed time between worship, family, and the amal with clarity and devotion. He didn't rely on comfort. He relied on consistency. That's why when we say, I'm tired, we should ask ourselves, tired of what? Are we tired from chasing the dunya or tired from chasing Jannah? Because one drains the soul, the other strengthens it. My brothers and sisters, laziness is the enemy of growth. It whispers, rest a little longer, until days become weeks and dreams remain only dreams. But discipline whispers, get up, you can do better, you were made for more. And that voice is the one we must nurture. The more we feed our discipline, the quieter our excuses become. And once you taste the sweetness of progress, the fatigue turns into fuel. The same actions that once felt heavy become your daily strength. And know this, being disciplined doesn't mean you never fall. It means you get up every single time you do. It means you show up for your prayers even when you're tired, you stay kind even when others aren't, and you keep trying even when it feels slow. True strength lies not in never getting tired, but in not surrendering to that tiredness. It's about remembering that you have a purpose, and that purpose deserves effort. So, the next time you say, I'm tired, pause and reflect, is it your body that's tired, or your commitment that's fading? Because tiredness can be cured with rest, but lack of discipline can only be cured with action. Push yourself a little harder, wake up a little earlier, pray a little deeper, and focus a little longer. You'll realize that what once felt impossible begins to feel natural. And in that journey of persistence, you'll find that the tiredness fades, but the strength you gain from discipline that stays forever. My dear brothers and sisters, when you truly understand that Allah sees every tear and values every effort, something inside you changes. You stop living for the eyes of people and start living for the gaze of Allah. You no longer seek validation from those around you because you realize that the only one whose approval matters already knows your intentions. You begin to walk differently, think differently, and strive differently. Your pain no longer paralyzes you, it propels you. You stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start saying, what is Allah trying to teach me through this? That is the beginning of transformation. That is when tears turn into triumph. Each one of us has faced moments when we felt like giving up. Times when the weight of life pressed down so heavily that even breathing felt difficult. But in those moments, if you turn to Allah instead of turning away, something miraculous happens. You begin to discover strength that was always inside you, strength that came from faith. Because when your trust is in people, you fall when they fail you. But when your trust is in Allah, every fall becomes a step closer to rising. He takes your brokenness and turns it into beauty. He turns your weakness into worship. When you rise for Allah's sake, your perspective shifts. You start to see that discipline, struggle, and pain are not your enemies, they are your teachers. You realize that success isn't about how much you achieve, but how much you endure for the sake of your Lord. Every time you push yourself to do the right thing, even when it's hard, you are winning a battle the world can't see. Every time you fight your laziness to pray, your despair to keep believing, your pride to forgive, those are victories written in the unseen. And Allah, in His perfect justice, will reward you for every one of them. Sometimes Allah doesn't change your situation because He's using that situation to change you. He is building patience in you through delay, faith through uncertainty, and humility through loss. You may not understand it now, but the believer always trusts that Allah's plan is far wiser than their own. So rise with faith, even when you can't see the full path ahead. Rise with conviction that if Allah is with you, no failure can destroy you. And even when it feels like everything is falling apart, trust that something greater is falling into place. The tears you cried yesterday were not a sign of weakness, they were watering the seeds of tomorrow's strength. The prayers you made when no one was watching are being answered in ways you can't yet perceive. The patience you showed in silence has already been written as reward in your book. So don't stop now. Keep going, keep striving, because every step you take towards Allah, He takes you further than you could ever go alone. And know this, the smile that follows your hardship will be worth every tear that preceded it. The peace that comes after the storm will remind you that your Lord never abandoned you for a single moment. He saw you when you were broken, He heard you when you cried, and He guided you when you thought you were lost. So rise not for the world, not for people, not even for yourself, rise for Allah. Rise because He deserves your best, even when life gives you its worst. Rise knowing that the same Lord who watched your tears fall will soon replace them with tears of joy.